from here? Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, 'cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half left us broken hearted. So where do we go from?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. A little bit later than usual, but yeah, nevertheless, I am here for another live stream. So yeah, of course, as always, we are going to go through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We're going to take a look at what's going on within the charts. We're going to go through what I'm currently doing, how I'm positioned in the markets, what I'm kind of looking for next. Of course, all of the juicy stuff. And then, yeah, of course, if you want to ask me any questions, if you want me to take a look at anything, of course, please do put that in the chat, and I will be more than happy to take a look at anything that you may want me to look at. So, yeah. Let's jump into it. Before we do, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button. It really helps me out, really helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. Yeah, let's jump into the charts. Let's take a look at what's going on, and yeah, let's talk about things, right? So yeah, still nothing has changed since yesterday's live stream, right? Still positioned in the same manner. Okay, I'm still in that long trade, and I'm also still in that short trade, right? At this moment in time now, we are starting to see the short trade give us more returns than the long trade, of course, because we are once again seeing Bitcoin have a bit of a pullback, coming back down to the low that we made. When was this? On the 4th. Okay, so yesterday. So yeah, let's have a look at this, and let's talk through it, right? So of course, right, still very much like I just showed you there, still very much in the long trade from here, and I'm still very much in the short trade from here, and I'm in that position, right, where I don't care where price goes. I'm very comfortable. I'm very happy with how I'm positioned in this market, right? If we continue lower, great. We stop out the long and the short continues to pay, right? If we go higher, great. We stop out the short at entry, okay? And we come up and we see that long trade continue to pay. All right, so it's a really nice position that I'm in at this moment in time, and yeah, for me right now, it's just patience. Like I've been telling the team on the Discord as well, right? It's just patience from here. Okay, it is just patience from here, right? We're in a really good position. Okay, of course, as always, both of these trades were given to the team on the Visionary Discord, so. Yeah, if we go back to the where is the long trade? Here we go. So all the way up here. So this was, I'm taking this swing long from the failed auction. Okay, so that was a failed auction of the range low. I took that long trade all the way back down here. As you can see, told the team here that I was taking that trade. That's exactly what I did right there. And then, of course, with the short trade as well, telling the team that I took the short. So here, taking a small hedged short against the long trade. Here was the short that I told the team I was taking. Okay, and here was that trade as I literally just entered into it. So yeah, as you can see that, two $2.47 in a profit with a little bit of fees here of $1.15. And then if I bring up the trade again, you can see the short trade now we have realized just a little bit over $250 in a profit. And as you can see here, there is $734 unrealized profit on that trade. Okay, so really, really nice trade that we entered into there. And this whole move down here has been fueled by longs getting wrecked, right? And this is what we're anticipating on this short trade, right? We were anticipating this long squeeze. Okay, this is exactly what I was telling the team here. Millions of longs getting wrecked, like we anticipated. Right, we were anticipating this long squeeze. Why were we anticipating this long squeeze down? Okay, well, because we had millions upon millions of longs open up on the move up, and then we had over 161 million long trades open up at the high. Okay, price started to pull back. What did these long trades have to or get forced to do? Okay, well, they got forced to cover, which means they're selling into the market, right? So this is money flowing out of the market, right? So this is short trade. Sorry, not short trades. This is long trades getting squeezed out of the market, right? This is what's causing this move down. We've seen this quite a few times before, right? Where we had all of these longs opening up here. Okay, what was this move down fueled by? Well, it wasn't fueled by shorts opening up. Okay, new shorts. Why? Because open interest was having a huge decline, right? What was this move down fueled by? Okay, well, this move was fueled by longs getting squeezed out of the market. Okay, it's the same for this move here. We had this really, really good move up, okay, which then turned into this very, very, very bearish move down. Okay, and this move down wasn't fueled by shorts opening up. This was fueled by all of the over leveraged, over positioned long trades opening up on this move up here. Of course, okay, this is the trend that we've been trading for a very long time, right? We've been longing down here, taking advantage of the rise. Okay, of course, getting into the trade early before all of the retail traders FOMO into the long. Okay, when they all FOMO into the long, that's when we're looking for the short trade up here. Okay, again, down here we had the long trade, right, that we took all the way up here. Okay, and then of course we had the short trade from up here. Okay, so it is literally just trading the trend at this moment in time. That is literally what I'm doing. And these two trades that I've literally just taken. Well, when did I take this one? This was on the 5th of August. So these two trades that I've taken in August, okay, both of these trades were taken in August, right? Both of these trades taken in August, okay, were off of the same basis as this short trade here, this short trade here, this short trade here, okay, this long trade here, and this long trade here, all off of the same basis. All of these trades, right? Well, both of these trades, sorry, off of the same basis. Okay, so this is what I'm like continuing to look to trade. Okay, and you can see it's continuing to work. So I'm going to continue to trade this, right? Again, why was I anticipating this long squeeze? Well, because we had millions upon millions of longs opening up here. And if price starts to pull back, we are going to see those longs being forced to cover. Okay, and that, of course, is going to cause that long squeeze, right? But then we go back to what I've just covered, right? What I've just covered is we've seen it here. Okay, we've seen it here. Okay, we even saw it back here as well. We've seen it 3 times before. Okay, we've seen it 3 times before. So there's a high chance that it's going to happen again, right? And then, right, what does this lead us on to? Okay, this leads us on to the title of the video, right? Why is Bitcoin still dumping? Okay, and then what I said at the end as well with lower is coming, right? And this is kind of what I'm anticipating at this moment in time, that lower is coming. Why? Okay, well, because like the previous 2 examples, right, what have we had? Bullish structure. Okay, I know I've talked about this a lot, right, but this is just very, very important, and this is all we need to know at this moment in time. This is all we need to know. Okay, nothing else, right? Because this is what is working at this moment in time, right? So what did we have back here? We had very bullish structure. What was I saying back here? I was saying if we lose the bullish structure and flip it to bearish structure, we're looking for a new low to be put in. That's exactly what has happened here, okay? We can then go back to this previous example. I was saying the exact same thing all the way back here. We had bullish structure, okay? I was saying if we get the short trade from up there and we break that bullish structure and form bearish structure, we're looking for a new low to be put in, and that is exactly what happened, right? We then go back here, okay, and we saw the exact same scenario. Bullish structure, broke it to bearish structure, and a new low was put in, okay? So I'm literally, again, going back to it, trading the trend, right? Trading the trend. And then this leads us on to where we are right now. Bullish structure, okay? What have we done now? We've broken the bullish structure. Why have we broken the bullish structure? Well, we've lost, okay? We've broken below, okay? We've wicked below, right? This previous higher low, right? You can see here we have a low, we have a higher low, okay? Here, what has happened? We have now taken out that previous higher low, okay? So for me, this is a break of bullish structure. And for me, if I'm continuing to trade the trend, which I am doing, okay, I am looking for a new low to be put in, right? So this is sub 49, 48, 47K, right? Around that area. Okay, it's more of a zone that I would be looking for down here. Okay, so I'm never going to perfectly predict a price, right? It's a bit of a zone. All I'm kind of looking for really is a break below this previous low here. Okay, where from there, right, great, we can look for a long trade down here actually. Okay, we do have a naked point of control down there at 47,250. So if price is going to pull back here, we could find support at that $47,250 level. Okay, at the same time, we could see a huge chunk of the market getting wrecked. Okay, we've already seen quite a large chunk of the market getting wrecked. Okay, but we still have a lot of long trades that have opened up down here. Okay, that if price continues lower, these traders are then going to be forced to cover. Okay, which is again going to continue to push price lower, right? So if we are to see that happen, okay, and a huge chunk of the market has been wrecked, right? For me, this is a perfect opportunity to get into a trade, right? Of course, I need to look for a trade entry trigger. So after I see that failed auction, okay, as the trade entry trigger, I'd be looking to enter into that trade to then take that up. Okay, where would I be taking that up to? Okay, well, of course, I have to understand and I have to remember what the trend is at this moment in time. I can't forget that. You cannot forget this, right? What is the trend? The trend is bearish. Okay, so on this long trade, am I looking for all-time high? Absolutely not. Can we see all-time high? Absolutely. Yes, we can, right? But am I looking for it? No. Why? Because the trend is not higher highs. Okay, the trend is lower highs. So the trend is bearish, right? So we have to, of course, right? If we see the long trade, right, we can take it. Why? Because we've taken it here, right? We've taken it here, okay, and we've taken it here. It's worked 3 for 3. Okay, it's worked 3 for 3 already, right? So we're going to continue to trade it. Why? Because it's what is working. It is the trend at the moment. Okay, so I would be looking for the long trade around this area here. And I'd be looking to take that up, not to all-time high. Okay, I'm not looking to take that long trade up to all-time high. Exactly like, right, I'm not looking to take this long trade, right, from here to all-time high, right? Why am I not looking to take this to all-time high? Because it's not the trend, right? It's not what price is most probably going to do, okay, or what's most probable for price to do. It's not. Why? Because we're in bearish market structure. Okay, so for me, yes, right, great. We can look for the long, right? Of course, we can look to take more profit on the short trade that we're in. Okay, but we can look to take a long down here, right? But that long for me, right, is for another lower high, for then another short trade up here to then take it down to a new low, right? I'd be looking for another short trade up here. Okay, these are my next 2 trades that I have planned. Okay, these are the next 2 trades that I have planned. Yes, okay, right. If we come up, we take out this high, yeah, maybe we could get a bit of a short trade setup up there. For me right now, I don't think that's a likely scenario anymore. I really don't believe that's a likely scenario. Why? Because we have broken the bullish structure. We've done this 3 times before now. 3 times, right? When we've broken the bullish structure, what has happened? Price has come down to form a new low. Is it 100% certain that we are going to come down and form a new low? No, of course not. I just understand probabilities, okay? And I know that on a probability basis, right, we're going to see a new low here, okay? So that's kind of what I'm looking for, right? And then again, what is happening, right? If we get the long trade set up, I'm looking for that trend to continue. So I'm looking to take this up for a nice long trade, for then a short trade up here on a lower high, okay, to then take that down to a new lower low, right? That is the trend. So I'm going to continue to trade the trend until the end, because the trend is your friend until the end, right? That's literally what I'm looking for. Okay. Now, yeah, right. At some point, okay, it says it in the saying, right? The trend is your friend until the end. Okay. Trade the trend until the end. Okay. Till the end, right? There's an end, of course, right? No trend is going to play out 100% of the time. Okay. So there is an ending point. And yes, right. Okay. If we do, let's draw that a little bit better. Right, if we do come down, right, we get the long trade set up, we take it up, okay, we take it up to a lower high. We may get a little bit of a short trade set up here. Maybe we take that down, take a TP1, move the stop loss to entry, okay, risk free, okay, again in the same position, where I'm at now. Okay, we could be in that position there where I'm in a long and a short at the same time. Okay, TPs have been taken on both of the trades. Okay, stop losses at entry, right? Risk-free trades. Okay, so we could find ourselves in a position here, right? In the same position. Okay, we get a bit of a pullback. Price continues to hold the bullish structure. We go up, okay, and we form another, we continue that bullish structure, and then we actually come and take out the previous lower high, which at this moment in time is at $65,000. Okay, and what would that be doing? Okay, well, that would actually be breaking the bearish structure that we are in. Okay, that would be breaking the bearish structure that we are in, and from there, okay, we can be looking for higher prices. Of course, yes, if we do get a short trade set up from there, we do have to be a little bit aware of that. Okay, and we of course have to take advantage act off of that short trade setup, possibly, right? If of course there is a short trade there, but right, if we do break this, okay, we break it bullishly and we continue the bullish structure, we can be looking for higher prices. Okay, yes, okay. Trends are going to come to an end, right? All trends do come to an end at some point. Okay, and I understand, yes, this trend is going to come to an end at some point, and we don't know when the trend is going to end, okay? But all I can do is prepare myself for, okay, when the trend does come to an end, okay? Exactly like the position I'm in now, okay? Let's just look at an example, right? Let's say we pump from where we are right now, okay? We come up, we break above $65,000, and then we come up to $70,000. We break above $70,000, and we get to like $72,000, let's call it, okay? Let's say we do that. Okay, I'm prepared for that. Why? Okay, because I am in a long trade, right? We haven't come down to the entry where my stop loss is sat. Okay, so I can take advantage of that, right? So yes, of course, the trend is going to come to an end at some point, but it still means that we can take it. Even if it does, it still means that we can take advantage of it. Why? Because I'm preparing myself for that scenario. Okay, because I'm in a long and a short at the same time, right? As I always say, right, I always leave a little bit left in the trade just in case we see continuation. Okay, just in case we see continuation, and that's exactly what I'm, like why I'm positioned like this at this moment in time as well. Okay, amongst other things as well, because it's completely risk-free, stress-free. You can sit back, you can relax. You don't have to worry. Not that I would anyway, and not that you should anyway. But you know what I mean. So it's just a very comfortable position to be in. Okay, it's just a very comfortable position to be in. So for me, right, again, going back to it, simply looking for that trend to continue, of course, right, but understanding the trend can come to an end at some point. So I do want to be prepared for when the trend does come to an end. Okay, but at the same time, okay, and I like to use examples a lot of the time, like real world examples, real trading examples. Okay, I took 6 short trades, okay, on this move up here. 6 short trades, okay, which was literally just swing failure pattern of all-time high, pullback, swing failure pattern of all-time high, pullback, swing failure pattern of all-time high, pullback. And 6 of those trades, right, 6 out of the 6 trades were profitable, Okay, 6 out of the 6 trades were winners. Okay, and that, okay, and then of course we came up to the all-time high. I took that swing failure pattern of all-time high, and we got that pullback. And what happened? We never came back up to all-time high. Okay, so technically you can say, right, the trend, okay, this trend never really ended. Okay, because we didn't get a losing trade. Okay, but I'd argue that and say, right, yes, there's a possibility, okay, that we can come up to all-time high, we could swing failure pattern all-time high, and then we could see a losing trade. So yes, at some point, even that trend, even though, right, this trend hasn't like finished yet, I wouldn't say, okay, at some point, okay, in the future, it could be a year in the future, it could be 2 years in the future, okay, but at some point that trend is going to end. At this moment in time, it hasn't ended, okay, because technically, if I still had the short open from all-time high, I'd still be in it. Why? Because we didn't come back up to all-time high. Okay, I have fully closed that. Right, so the same applies here, right? Where okay, we do have this trend that is going on, but we may actually not break this trend. Okay, this bearish trend. Why? Because we could, and I'm not saying that we are going to. Okay, but we could, from where we are now, go into a bear market. Right? We could go into a bear market again. It could be like 2-3 years till we see price actually come back up here, and then finally break that bearish trend. Okay, that's we could see a huge move down, right? Okay, spend a lot of time down here. Okay, a year or 2 or 3, however long it takes to get back up there. Okay, and then we come back up, right? And then we break the trend in a couple years' time, right? So this is something that we also have to be aware of as well. Okay, it's a trend that, yes, I would be looking for it to break. I still very much think we're in a bull market. Okay, again, I've talked about this. I don't think, or I wouldn't class Bitcoin as being in a bear market unless we break below like $42,000. That's kind of the line in the sand, because that's the mid range of the huge range that we are in on the monthly and the weekly chart, right? Okay, for me, I don't tend to look at. I don't tend to care whether we are in a bull market or a bear market. To be honest with you, I just literally trade what the charts are telling me. Okay, if the charts are telling me to short, I will short. If the charts are telling me to long, I will long. I don't really care if we're in a bull market or a bear market, but there are some things to be aware of when you are in a bull market and when you are in a bear market, because of course, in a bear market, what do all retail traders do? They short. Okay, in a bull market, what do all retail traders do? They long. Okay, and when we're in a bull market, I actually prefer taking short trades, and when we are in a bear market, I actually prefer taking long trades. Right? Why? Because the style of trading that I use is doing the opposite of what the retail traders are doing. Okay, so if everybody is shorting, okay, I'm looking for, and this is just like, of course, this is just like one trading style. I have like 3 trading styles. This is just one of them, which of course is the trapped traders, right? And that's kind of my favorite, to be honest with you, looking for trapped traders, because on a statistical basis, looking for trapped traders, that gives the best returns, right? I've done the statistics on this, and yeah, trap traders is just the best trade for me. That's my favorite trade to take. Of course, I also like to look for large areas of absorption, right, where the big players are, where the whales are, okay, where the institutions are. I like to find those, okay, to know where they're getting into their trade, right, so that I can put a trade in at the same level. Okay, I like to look for trades that way as well. And then, of course, for this example here, for this long trade, I like to look for when a huge chunk of the market has been completely obliterated, right? So those are kind of like the 3 stars. If I could only choose one to trade for the rest of my life, it would be the trap traders. Why? Because I know that works the majority of the time, right? I know that on a statistical basis, that is the best trade to take. So yeah, in a bull market, okay, looking for short trades is my preferred thing to do. Why? Because I love looking for trap traders, and vice versa. In a bear market, I love looking for long trades, right? Because I love looking for the trap traders. So yeah, of course, I was still very much long in a bull market. I was still very much short in a bear market. Okay, it's just like kind of like the trade I'd prefer to see. Why? Because it's common sense, it's logic, right? And how I trade is just logic. And this is what a lot of people in these markets do, is that they overcomplicate things for themselves, and they don't think about the markets logically. Okay, and they don't come into the market with any sort of common sense. Looking at triangle patterns, breakouts of triangles, head and shoulders, all of this nonsense, right? It's not logic, it's not common sense, right? But when you're looking at trapped traders, that is logic in market, in a market. That is common sense. It's just common sense, right? If you understand how leverage longs and leverage shorts work, okay, and I believe that all of you do understand that, okay. If you understand that, right, then you understand that trapped traders is just a logical trade to take, right? Why? Because if you're long from up here and price starts to pull back, you can't be long all the way down here, because at some point you're going to get stopped out. At some point you're going to get fearful, so you're going to close the trade. Or at some point, mainly, this is what mainly happens to retail traders, you get liquidated. Okay. So, if you enter into a long trade up here, you're not safe at all. Okay. On a pullback, right, you are going to get liquidated. You are going to get stopped out. What is that, right? It's just literally longs covering, which is literally longs selling into the market, okay, and pushing price lower. So for me, right, coming into this market, it's just logic, right? It's logic, is common sense in the market. Anything else is not really common sense. Anything out of order flow, okay, and I say it a lot. I'll probably get a lot of hate for what I say, but again, it's just logic in the market, right? This stuff is just logic. It's common sense, and it's just I find it hard to understand why people don't put the work in and look at this this way of trading. But then I also understand, because I was once in that position where I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is so daunting. I don't want to put the time and effort into to learn this, right? Because I just want to take the easy route. I understand. I do understand. But again, right, if you really want to, if you really want to understand how these markets work, then of course you do need to understand, right, how to read the order flow. Okay, how to read the order flow. What orders are coming into the market? What is the majority of retail traders doing? Okay, and again, I feel like I've proven myself time and time again on this channel. So yeah, again, I hope this does help help a lot of you. Jazby Hussein. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Sleep. Yeah, it is quite late here. It is quite late, to be honest with you. It is 10 to 10 here in the UK, where I'm situated. It is 10 to 10. So but I mean, I've had quite a busy day, so I haven't really had time to come live, to be perfectly honest with you. And I understand I missed Monday and Tuesday, and I did not want to miss the rest of the week. So I thought I'd come live a little bit later today. But yeah, I'm definitely going to go to sleep straight after this. But going back to where we are, right? Like I told the team yesterday, so if the stock market is going to continue to dump, then we can expect Bitcoin to follow it, right? That's just, again, common sense, right? It's just what happens, and we have seen the stock market actually drop only a tad, but it's still dropped. And Bitcoin again is following it. So yeah, again, I'll say the same thing, right? If the stock market is going to continue to pull back, we're going to see Bitcoin follow it. It's just what we see. Stock market dumps, Bitcoin dumps. Okay, stock market pumps, Bitcoin pumps sometimes. It doesn't. It doesn't really follow it as well to the upside as it does to the downside. Join hedgers. They are the same as you. I'll have to search them up. I've never actually heard of them before. But yeah, there aren't. It'll be interesting to see because there aren't many people who look at order flow and share order flow on YouTube and share an understanding of it. So yeah, I'll have to check them out. It's always nice to see people who have similar mindsets to me. Damien, good to see you back, my friend. Good to see you back. Bitcoin bullish cipher developing, blah blah blah, developing at the weekly level at 52. I did just see an alert go off in the Discord, so I'm guessing you put it in the Discord. Let's have a look. And you did. Perfect. So bullish cipher at 52k and weekly level. So we do have a weekly level at 52,168. What exchange you're on? You're on exchange. So yeah, we got a weekly level at 52,168. Let's have a look. 52. Okay, I see here. To be perfectly honest with you, I'd say, yeah, because you can look at it at 51,770 as well as a weekly. But the only issue with that is I feel as though the strength of that weekly is a little bit weaker than it was because we've tapped it. So you can see we've tapped it here, and it's exactly like naked points of controls as well. If we tap a naked point of control, I kind of just I clear it off the chart and I don't take notice of it anymore. And it's kind of I have the same idea with like weekly, monthlies, and dailies. It's like if we tap it, I then ignore it because it's then not a super strong level. But I do understand that yes, they can be tapped. They can be tapped again and still respected. So I do understand that. But for me, I do tend to look at them once. Once they're tapped, I will remove them from the chart. But yeah, okay, we've got weeklies down there that could still possibly be used as support, and then of course you have the bullish cipher. So yeah, I guess that would line up right with. That would, of course, line up with what am I doing here? Templates. Yeah, that could line up possibly with that 786.786, and then, of course, we have absorption as well. So where am I going here? So we do have large absorption coming in. So we're seeing a lot more selling pressure here than we were back here, but price is remaining bullish. So yeah, we're going to most likely see that coming into that level as well, which yeah, that's more confluence. So yeah, again, it's like we could see, and I do think we've got naked points of control there. Yeah, we do have naked point of control at 52,874. So yeah, to be honest with you, Damien, I would be looking at that naked point of control rather than the monthly level. Just because again that monthly level has been tapped, so I would be focusing more on that naked point of control. It's the same level, really, isn't it? But yeah, I'd be looking at that. So yeah, coming into that again, it lines up with this setup that I'd be looking at, where we get a nice reaction, a nice bullish reaction off of that naked point of control. We can look for a nice long trade there to take that higher. So yeah, that of course is just, I guess, more confluence, right? So you're just adding more confluence to the trade, which is always great, right? It's always great. So yeah, thank you for putting that in. It's good to see that confluence. So yeah, we'll have to see how that plays out, right? For me, the preferred trade would be coming to form a lower low for then a long from, yeah, like $57,000, let's call it. But yeah, there's a possibility, yeah, that we form a higher low here. Okay, maybe we come up, maybe we form more bullish structure here and then break the larger time frame bearish structure. So we'll have to see. It all depends on the reaction down here. So yeah, lots of confluence there, lots of support. If we can hold it, if we can get a nice reaction, you know, we see a lot of trades getting, a lot of retail traders getting wrecked here, but then price starts to rise. So we know that all of those sells coming into the market is being absorbed by a big player, and at the same time we can visually see the absorption happen as well. Or, you know, are we getting lots of longs off of that level? You know, these things, just monitoring the order flow really and seeing what's happening down there. But yeah, remaining very, very cautious, right? Very cautious of the trend, okay? Because what has the trend been, right? Bullish structure, okay, to then for bullish structure to be broken, bearish structure, new low, okay? We've seen it once, twice, and the hat trick for the third time there, okay? So we've seen it 3 times before. So that's the only thing that I'm thinking, right, okay, maybe we're not gonna hold the support here for the long trade. Okay, maybe we're gonna just lose that level and then come down to the new low. But right, we could see both happen, right? Where we come down, we get the long trade from 52,800, whatever it may be. Okay, take that up, then we go down, right? So we could get both, right? I do understand that we could get both. But yeah, the preferred scenario would be another lower low. It's the easier, in my opinion, easier trade to take. Of course, it would be more beneficial for the short trade that we are in. Yeah, it would just be the easier trade because it's the trend, right? It's the trend. We'll see. We'll have to see. Watch the order flow at 52. Yes, always watching the order flow. So yeah, it would be watching the order flow at that naked point of control area. So at 52,874, I will have to set an alert there, and I will have to make sure that yeah, I am monitoring the order flow down there. It's free long at 54. Long at 54. So yeah, I mean, a long from 54 could just line up, right, with, yeah, I mean, price coming down to that naked point of control. I'd say we come, yeah, if we are going to get the long trade from here, I would say we come down to, yeah, 42,800 to 42,400-ish area. And then, yeah, get the long at, yeah, of course, a little bit higher because you're looking for a nice reaction off of the level. But yeah, you could be looking for a long at $54,000. yeah, I'm going to be I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be very honest. I'm going to be very, very cautious down there, very cautious, because I understand what the trend is. And as this is just me speaking as literally what I'm going to do. Right. I can say, well, I understand you're all going to have your own plans, right? You're all going to have your own trades, right? And yeah, okay, I've said I like that area. It's something that it's an area that I would like to look for a trade at. But then, me speaking from a professional standpoint, it's like, okay, I do understand what the trend is at the moment. And yeah, this is kind of what I feel is more likely to play out. This is what has worked for me. Okay. And, it's very, yeah, it's quite individual, because I know that this has worked for me over how when did we start trading this, right? Let's go from the short up here. So I started trading this big range, right, on the 8th of April. Okay, roughly 8th of April. Yeah, 8th or 9th of April, right? So I started trading this big, like, shorting, longing, shorting, longing, shorting, longing, shorting, right? I started trading that a very, very long time ago. So for me, I know that this is working. So that's why I am saying, right, I prefer down here. Of course, right, we may not come down there, right? The trend may come to an end, okay? Yeah, we get the long trade from here. So yeah, again, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to be very cautious here, just because my plan at this moment in time is to trade the trend, right? That's my plan, and all I can really share with you is my plan. Because if I start to divert from my plan and I start to trade something else, then yeah, I don't think it's going to work out very well for me, because it's not what has worked, right? I'm changing my strategy from what has been working, right? And that's something I never, ever, ever, ever would consider doing. If something is working, I'm going to continue to trade it. So that's why, again, I'm going to be very cautious here, because I would prefer to see that low. So yeah, it's literally, as Damien said, monitoring that order flow there. CVD has not triggered yet, not confirmed. No, well, I mean, we can very simply look at this, right, and we can just very clearly see price is forming higher lows. Okay, this is bullish. We can see that CVD is ticking towards the downside, right? So what does this tell us? Okay, well, this tells us that there's more aggressive shorting happening here. Well, not necessarily shorting, right? More aggressive shorts, more aggressive sells coming into the market here, right, than there was back here. But price made a lower price here than here. Okay, but you would expect price to make a lower price here when there's more aggressive sells coming into the market, right? More aggressive sells in the market, right? You would expect that. Okay, and if you're not seeing that, what is stopping price from making a new low, right? Well, the only logical reason for it is a big player here, right, buying up all of those sells. Okay, literally sat there with a buy limit order, just absorbing all of those sells, right? So we can visibly see at this moment in time, we can visibly see bullish CVD. Okay. I hope we don't make a lower low. So I guess you are positioned in such a way that you are expecting higher prices then. I guess that. But yeah, I don't like to break the news to you, but yeah, that's just kind of how I feel. Now, of course, right, this is my opinion, right? You're going to have your own opinion, okay? And yeah, I hope you have a lot of logical reasoning behind your opinion, okay? Of course, everybody's going to have a different opinion on the markets. This is just my opinion. I can only share my opinion, right? I feel as though we can go down for another lower low. Why? Okay, well, I spoke about this in depth yesterday, okay? But the whole retail market believes that we are going back to all-time high. The whole retail market believes we are in a bull flag, okay? The whole retail market is just incredibly, incredibly bullish. And we know that, right? We know that because they're FOMOing into every single rise. Every single rise. We've seen it, okay? And we've traded it. Here, longs, millions upon millions of longs opening up here. What happened to them? Wrecked. Okay, they didn't short the move down, but they long the move up, right? Here, millions upon millions upon millions of longs on the way up, right? They all got wrecked. Okay, no one shorted this move down. Right, maybe the odd few. Okay, but nobody shorted this move down. Again, on this move up, millions upon millions upon millions of longs opened up on the move up. Right, they all got wrecked. Over 500 million on Bybit alone got completely wiped out. But no one shorted the pullback. Right, again here, millions upon millions of longs have opened up. Prices started to pull back. No one shorting the pullback. Right, this is just telling me that every single retail trader is just incredibly bullish right now. Right, and you can visibly see that has led them to get completely wrecked in these markets. That has led them to get completely wrecked. So this is why I'm thinking, right, we're not so bullish anymore. Why? Because the whole of retail is thinking that we're bullish. The whole of retail is FOMOing into long trades, okay, and they're getting wrecked every single time, right? So for me, this is why I'm kind of leaning, okay, and this is just like more confluence. Of course, right, I understand what the trend is. Bullish structure, down for a new low. Bullish structure, down, new low. Bullish structure, down to, which breaks, of course, down to a new low. Right, I'm also looking at that, but then again, looking at what I've just talked about, every single move up, retail traders are FOMOing into it, and then they get wrecked. So just that itself is making me think that the market is a little bit more bearish, right? Again, I like to stay very level-headed. I like to stay very neutral on these markets because I consider myself a trader. I don't consider myself a price predictor, let's call it, right? I consider myself a trader, a professional trader, okay? And as a professional trader, you always need to be level-headed. You always need to be neutral in these markets. So yeah, for me, okay, I would be looking for lower just because that's the trend. I have multiple reasons on why I think that. Yeah, again, another reason is we still have a lot of long trades that opened up here. Okay, if we're going to pull back, we're going to squeeze those out again. Yeah, 100%. It's easier to trade at 49 swing failure pattern level. Yeah, that would be the easier trade. First, yeah, again, it's the easier trade, and at the same time, the trade is even easier because it's the trend. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult one if we're looking for a long here. But I mean, if it's there, we can take it, right? What if a failed auction of the lows? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for, right? I'm looking for the failed auction of the low for the long trade. That's the trend, right? So here, this was the long trade that I took off of the failed auction of the low. Okay, back here, right? Failed auction of the low for the long trade. Okay, back here, right? Failed auction of the low for the long trade, right? I longed this. Okay, it's all in the Discord as well. All of those trades given to the team, of course, as they always are in the Discord, right? The proof is there. And yeah, we long that up as well. Okay, like we've longed this one up here as well. So yeah, that is the trend. So I'm going to continue to look for that. Exactly. So yeah, if we get the failed auction of the range low, I'm taking that long trade, right? Of course, I'm looking for the confluence, right? The failed auction is just the trade entry trigger. I would like to see the naked point of control tapped and respected. I would like to see the order flow, right, showing me some signs of bullishness, either that, what I'd be expecting, to be honest with you, is to see a huge chunk of the market getting wrecked. And for me, that would be a good time to enter into a long trade. If you take a fib extension from 62,700 to 56, then 65, you will get 52 wave C. That just adds more confluence. Sorry, 54 correction in my message. Okay, so let's have a look. Where's the fib extension? Here we are. Okay, so you're saying from 62,700 Where is 62,700? So I'm guessing from that high to 56, which is the low here, back up to the high here. Oh, is it anchored on? Yes. Okay, so yeah, we've got so yeah, you said 52 and then corrected it with 54. Yeah, so we've got the 1.618, okay, at that 54 level. I guess that just gives more confluence, right? That does give more confluence. And then, right, if we lose that, again, you can be looking at confluence for lower, right? So yeah, there's just so much confluence at both of these levels. So it's just really interesting to see which one's going to play out, right? So yeah, of course, we've got the 1.618, okay? That would be coming in confluence, fairly close confluence with that naked point of control. We could still respect both of them, I guess. But yeah, you could look from the long from there. And then, of course, you've got the 2.618, okay, and that comes in almost perfect confluence with that naked point of control down there. So yeah, it's just literally adding more confluence to these trades that we're looking for. So yeah, I know, okay, and like 52, let's call it 53,000, right? Let's call it 53,000, okay, and then like 47,500, okay. These two levels here, right? An average of all of the confluence that we have there, roughly, okay? There's a lot of confluence at both of those levels, right? These, if I were to take any long trades, these are the two long trades I'd be looking for. Yes, right? Those would be the two long trades. Now, okay, we understand there's lots of confluence there, okay? I found the confluence. I know what my confluence is. You guys are sharing your confluence with me as well. I know that there's loads of confluence there. Great. Now what it is, okay, is remaining patient, waiting for those levels. Then we check the order flow, right? What's going on in the order flow at that time, right? Are we seeing a huge chunk of the market getting wrecked on this move down, which is, one thing that we want to see, okay? Or, right, are we seeing a lot of, let's say, shorts opening up, okay? Are we seeing a lot of shorts opening up down here, right? If there are a lot of shorts opening up and then price starts to rise, for me, that would be a really, really good a good time to look for a long trade, right? Because there would be trapped traders, right? They would be forced to cover. Short trades covering is, of course, longs. Longs. That is, buys into the market, right? So yeah, it'll be literally, we understand those two levels, lots of confluence. Now it's just waiting patiently for the levels and looking for that trade, of course. Negative one delta means more aggressive traders selling. Negative one delta. Negative delta means more aggressive traders selling. Yeah, so negative delta, of course, right, is like sells in the market, okay? And there's the two ways that you can look at it, though, if that's, yeah, so negative delta, right? When you see negative delta here, you can see on the right-hand side. Actually, you can't. Let me get rid of my face for a sec. So here you can see delta, right? You can see delta, okay? And let's get rid of this as well, okay? And then you can see here, right? 141 million, 141 million new, sorry, not new, 141 million negative delta, okay? And what is happening there, okay, is that the open interest is decreasing, right? Open interest decreasing is, of course, money flowing out of the market. Money flowing out of the market, right? Because open interest is decreasing. So we know that these are long trades that are covering, okay? Long trades that are getting liquidated, long trades that are taking profit, getting stopped out, whatever it may be. These are just long trades that are closing. But then when you see negative delta here, right, minus 24 million negative delta, and then open interest increasing, okay, then you know that these are new short trades coming in. So for me, I will never ever look at delta really on its own. I will always look at it with open interest. I hope that's what you meant by that, Damien. I hope that's what you were meaning by that. SP is waiting to crash 100 billion plus longs on the SP and NASDAQ. Everyone is going to get wrecked in the next 4 weeks. We could see a huge chunk of the market getting wrecked. And, there's loads of reasons for it, fundamental reasons as well, to do with all of the AI hype, right? We understand all of that. So we'll have to see. Of course, stock market dumps, Bitcoin is going to follow it. Okay. And there's also, I'm not going to get into it, but there's also talks of recession in the UK, probably in the UK, but in the US, right? There's talks of that we're either in it, or they're in it, okay, or they're coming into it now. So of course, that's really not going to be good. If we lose the 1.618, 100% going to failed auction lows. Nothing's ever 100%, but I'd put a lot of money on it. Well, I do already have a lot of money on it, to be honest with you. Don't understand your count. That one doesn't make sense. It's so random. I guess you can put a count from anywhere, really, to be honest with you. It just depends what perspective you're looking at it, really. But yeah, for me, it's like, I understand, Damien, that you like them a lot, and Jazib, terrible at pronouncing names. Jazib. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that wrong. Yeah, I guessing that you like to look at the extensions, fib extensions as well. And this is like, for me, it's not something I prefer to look at. Of course, I'll openly look at them, and sometimes I do like to look at them, but it's not something that I do always implement into my things. So to be honest with you, I'm not really one to look at them too much, but I guess it all depends on the perspective you're looking at it, right? For me, right, I always look at price in a certain time zone, in a time period. Okay, so I'm looking at this here, and I'm focusing on this, and I understand, right, we're bearish here. Okay, but if I was like trading more long term, I'd be zooming out here, and I'm thinking, okay, we're very bullish, right? Long trades, okay. But here I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking short trades. So yeah, it's all relevant to the perspective you're looking at. If you're looking at it here, then I guess you can be looking at the extension like that. Love you, bro. Good night. I'll join you at 54 and 74. Need to go to bed. We'll notify for your next live stream. Keep it up, boy. Thank you very much for that comment. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. So thank you for that. And good night to you. Good night to you, my friend, as well. So I think, to be honest with you, I will leave that there myself. I think it's probably a good point to end that, to be honest with you. I think I've spoken about everything I wanted to talk about. We've been live for an hour now, pretty much. So I will leave that there. Again, nothing has changed with the trades. I've taken no new trades. I haven't taken any more profit. I haven't added to the trades. I'm just sat on the current trades that I'm in at this moment in time, and just letting price do its thing, letting my money work for me, as they say. So I will leave that there. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I do really appreciate all of you watching, and I do really appreciate everybody putting their input into the chat as well. So Damien, always good to see you here, my friend. Thank you for your input. And Jazib, I'm still think I'm pronouncing it wrong, but really good to see you here, my friend. I don't think I've seen you here before, so really good to see you. So thank you ever so much for watching, everybody. Please do smash that thumbs up button. It really helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. And yeah, I will leave that there. So have a lovely rest of your evening. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. And for the Visionary members, of course, I will see you in the Discord as well. So take care, guys, and see you later. Goodbye.
Take me home.